Hello everyone, we're back with Napoleonic War League, and we have a 1v1 between the 15th and Nr12, and it is the Brits and the French. Look at this set up there. Colonel Falk of the 15th. Oh heavens above, look at that massive volley of fire coming in from these guys. Some of them pulling back. Lawbringer, unfortunately, seems to be AFK, but let's find out what their opposing numbers are up to. You know they're going to be doing something. So, over here, as the French army, there is Friedrich Pfeffer from the Nr12, Oberleutnant no less. And you can see there's Rittberg, Sudalv, Butzke, oh my god, those names, Hartmann, Newman, Weber, Freeberg, Witzmann, Glaubitz, look at all these guys, Arnold Meister, David Hack, or Hack, Ferdinand Leibniz, fine names, look at all these guys. Now, oh, shot into Freiburg, look at that. As you can see, this massive, huge, long, snaking line making its way into position to engage the British Army. These fine French soldiers making their way over. It's all good stuff. We need to make sure that our volume levels are correct. Oh, one's out of position. But he could be a NCO, and here we go. Fire coming in. Oh, no! Oh, we've lost multiple members, and it looks like they were waiting. They were waiting for the French army to get into position and then engaging them with a massive volley of fire. Look at this. Fire coming in from these guys, and the French army are being decimated with very accurate fire coming in from the 15th at the moment. Look at that. Superb fire coming in from these guys. And obviously you can see here the Nr12. Got to keep those gaps fixed. Got to keep everybody together. All part of the rules. Oh dear, when somebody dies you have to fill that gap. As grim as it may be, that is the rules. You can see over here on the side, William Albalk Hauptmann of the Nr12. And there goes Zittrich. And let's have a look at the numbers, 17 and 28. So, right now, the 15th Regiment have a massive, massive advantage over their enemy. Colonel Falk, as leading his men forward, I'm guessing. Oh, out of position. Never mind, that problem got solved. Oh, that timing. Look at that. But now the Nr12 are engaging the 15th. And the 15th are now moving into position up close and personal against the Nr12. And they're going to have to run for it. Look at them dodging all over the place, trying to get out of that field of fire. Newman, unfortunately, not making it. And now it's melee time on the hill, as the Brits definitely have the advantage in numbers. 24 to 13. It's not looking good here for the French army. The Nr12 are going to be in trouble. Look at that, turning attempt at stab. Unfortunately unsuccessful for him. And the French army are in trouble. And we might be looking at a bit of officer-on-officer action. Colonel Falk. Oh, look at that. Colonel Falk, his opposing numbers murdered, and Falk also murdered, along with the inevitable team kills as well. Grenade, Jedi Duck, murdered. And now you can see a little bit of murdering in there. Poor old LSR being taken down, and there we have it. The United Kingdom have won that round. And there we go. The score is 1-1, and we shall move on to the next round. Unfortunately, we arrived a little bit late to the party, but we've got the second round in. And here, Grenadier Hospin, well, precisely. And Paponi, look at these guys, well drilled, keeping their lines together, keeping the shoulders close. And here we go. A quick reset. And we're underway. 35 and 34. Guys getting set up. That's fine volley. Oh, a few hits coming in there from the Nr12, making hits on to the 15th, and Hospin, unfortunately, or Hopsin I should say, is out already. And down goes Ledger as well, poor recruit Ledger. And Rudolph Brand from the Nr12 is also finished off. Look at that fine face on that gentleman, Colonel Falk. Fantastic. Fine Charlie Chan style moustache. Fantastic stuff. Let's go. Oh my goodness, look at the distance these guys are firing at. And you see the bullets, the variation that occurs with the musket ball, the nature of its inaccurate fire, obviously no rifling or any of that kind of funky good stuff. William Albauk. Again, that pistol was just hoping against hope that you can hit a barn door from 2 feet. I mean, but saying that, we've seen people get across map kills with it, but they tend to be the rarity as opposed to the norm. And Cadet Ludwig Eisenhardt, what a fine name, sir. And you can see here the casualties for the Nr12, and now the snaking line is moving forward, looking for its quarry. And there is Wilhelm, I should say, Hauptmann Wilhelm, from the Nr12. Look at that determined face, leading his troops forward. Now, you can see here, oh, look at that fine about turn. Oh, I love watching that being done. That is so good. I never tire of seeing a regiment doing a complete about turn like that. And now you can see them moving away, trying to get to a good position. See what they're going to do. The two, look at them circling each other. It's like watching vultures in the Serengeti circling a wounded buffalo or something. There we go, and they've just changed direction. Again, look at that. Now the question is, will the Nr12 change direction to match the 15th? I don't think they will. But the 15th have got into position first. This could be a really bad problem here for the Nr12. Are the Nr12 going to be able to make it in place? Look at this, and it looks like a couple of shots there came out that shouldn't have done. And look at that about turn. Oh, that is glorious. And there we go, an about turn immediately. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this. In comes the fight. This is up close and personal. Oh, goodness me. Look how close and personal this is. Oh, this is brutal. This is absolutely massacre. Oh, this is so horrible. Look at this. The fire coming in, the Nr12 going up very close and personal. And look at that kill feed. Holy crap. That is what you call a kill feed, ladies and gentlemen. These guys literally shooting at each other from 10 feet away. And there we go. Oh, fantastic stuff. And now the melee begins. And here we're looking at Man Nandachik. Nice block there as he's dealing with multiple Frenchmen. But the Frenchman behind him is not paying attention to what's going on behind him. And very nearly got absolutely skewered. Oh, poor old man, I should say. Taking a little bit of trouble. Going in. Is he getting... Oh, no, he's getting murdered. Oh, he's been murdered horribly. And there's Roman Seidel trying to deal with his final Brit here. Going in for a quick stab. The all-important stab. And he's doing a fantastic job of blocking. Oh, who is this? Captain Eddie. Doing a superb... Look at this. Oh, he's just missed that one. But he's blocking so many others. And he's getting a quick stab in. Oh, but poor Captain Eddie is the last man. And finally falls. As we move on to the next round. So. We return. And it is currently 2-1 for the Nr12. And now this is the best of 10, boys and girls. So it could be a 5-5 draw. We never know. Oh, look at this. Oh, God. Oh, look. The snakes are getting close. And they've about faced almost immediately. And the 15th, oh, and they've about faced as well. What a beautiful fake out there by the Nr12. But the question is, are the Nr12 going to be able to get the firepower down in time as the 15th lay down that oppressive fire? Oh, goodness me, look at that. It's absolutely brutal. And the Nr12 are really suffering now as a result of the huge amount of fire coming down on them. And their numbers, they've got to try and close up those lines as best they can. And obviously, they're not going to aim for the officer. Officer aiming is not permitted. And the 15th are still suffering casualties. But if you look at the difference there, the Nr12 have really taken the lion's share of the murdering. And it's not looking good for them. Oh, down go more troopers. Look at that. Closing up those lines as best they can against the 15th, and the sheer firepower coming in against these guys is absolutely brutal. The 15th doing a fantastic job, and you've obviously got the officers out there on the right hand side and the left hand side of their respective regiments, and now you can see them attempting to kill as many members of the Nr12. Oh my goodness, it's literally standing room only at this particular line. This is a really nasty situation, but look how close it is. 11 and 12, oh my goodness, the Nr12 have managed to bring this back by cutting down huge amounts of the 15th Regiment. Look at that, absolutely brutal. And you can see that occasionally, because, you know, timing is of the essence, and they've got to fill up those gaps. Look at that, the gaps being filled there by the 15th. You can see them trying to have the shoulder-to-shoulder type thing and still reload, because obviously you start moving when you're trying to reload, and it's not going to go well. So you can see these guys. Oh, down goes another member of the 15th. And another as well. And now, let's see what's going on with the Nr12. How many members of the Nr12 have we got left? Oh, heavens, there's 9 members and 2. Oh, heavens, look at this. The Nr12, unfortunately, came a cropper. And there we go, look at this. There's Pfeffer and Wilhelm. And now they're trying to dodge. They're going to go in for the melee. Are they going to do it? Look at this, here is the final melee as the Nr12 probably being cheered on by all of their teammates. Oh, fine stabs, but then a double murder at exactly the same time. And it looks like the 15th have tied it up 2-2. And so the snaking lines continue out here on the battlefield. Moving out from the spawn, the fine members of the French army. Those brave souls from the Nr12, led by Wilhelm, Zitrick, Mannerheim, Rommel, Hake, or Hake, I think, I'm not sure. You know what I'm like with pronunciation of names. Rittberg, Witzmann, there's Ernst Reuss, Rudolf Brand, Friedrich Rittberg, fine names all of these. George Werner, Arnold Weber, and Erwin Freiberg, and plenty of others. Now, we move over to the 15th and see what they're doing. As you can see, oh dear, poor old Corporal Acid from the 15th is hating his internet. Just not doing well for him, unfortunately, and he's now in spectator as we watch the 15th and the Nr12 circle each other. Look at this. Waiting for the opportunity to form that line. Now, you can see they're not going to try and do it in the open. They're going to try and maybe get behind one of these hills, so they've got a little bit of an advantage. But the 15th have to try and form that line as quickly as they can. And this is about timing. There we go. They've made the timing. There we go. There's the 15th. And they've immediately turned around to the Nr12, changing directions to try and throw off their enemy. Look at that. And that's exactly what they've done. They've now changed direction so they can try and get the advantage, and the 15th decide to move up. There we go. They form the line. The Nr12 change immediately, and the 15th react almost immediately. This is like chess. This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Cause and effect, reaction. Absolutely glorious to watch. It really is. Look at this. You can see now. This the 15th, there we go, and an about face by both regiments at the same time as they now start moving back towards the opposite direction, being led obviously by Falk out there on the left hand side. Are they going to form the line? They're coming up close to the tree. There we go, the line's been formed. This is where it's all going to happen. Oh, the 15th taking multiple casualties, and the Nr12, oh goodness me, holy crap, look at that. Oh my god. That is just brutal. Absolutely brutal. And now look at that, the Nr12 suffering some casualties at their end as well. They've got to form up, they've got to close up those lines. The 15th, they've got to do exactly the same as well. And there we go, the melee is underway. And look at that, after a huge fusillade there of 14 and 18. So right now, the French Empire, the Nr12, had the advantage. Unfortunately for Rudolf Witzmann, it is not anymore, as he has been murdered horribly with a bayonet to the gizzards. And there we go, down goes Colonel Falk, stabbed by Pfeffer. And you can see here, this is not looking good. The French Empire are overwhelming the lobsterbacks with sheer weight of numbers, but the lobsterbacks are fighting, as we know lobsters only can. Well, some of them are running away, which is understandable. Oh dear, recruit Tim Leif. Looks like he got right to the edge of the map there and couldn't get any further, and poor old Tim gets taken down. And you can see more murdering occurring by the 15th. And how are they doing? Let's just 12 and 4. The United Kingdom only have 4 people left. Look at that, they're being absolutely mobbed. Oh wow, look at that. The Nr12 take that round. And we're going to be doing some change arounds. We'll be right back. Okay, and we are back 3-2 in favour, I believe, of Nr12. Map has been reset, sides have been switched around, or swatched around even. Used to say, there's Wilhelm Albeck, or Albeck, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, William, Wilhelm. Pronunciation. Curses, curses. And there's Friedrich Pfeffer at the end. Oberleutnant, for looking fine and handsome today. So, this is the Nr12 in as the British Army. And in as the fine members of the French Army will be the 15th. And look at all these guys. Oh, God, don't they look lovely? Look at all of them. And there's Headhunter. More Headhunter. There's Bescher. Recruit Hook. And About Face there. Well, precisely. Private Soap. Very slippery character. Frittentime. Ismar. And are they going to be getting ready as their commanding officer leads them forward? So Falk leading them forward, seeing if they're going to try and form the line. Are they going to form a line and get the drop onto Nr12? We'll have to wait and see. You can see them watching, pausing. They've about faced, and there we go, a straight about face immediately. There, a reaction from the 15th, and another about face again. And there we go, it looks like they've formed the line. They've formed the line and they're shooting back at the enemy, and it looks like now the Nr12 have formed a line over here under a little bit of more cover than their opponents had, and their opponents have suffered as a result of that. So it looks like they've got a few casualties as the Nr12 move out. With, of course, Wilhelm leading the line. His opposing number from the 15th. This time Ensign Peter, or Pieter, difficult to know how to say it. Well, for me it is anyway. And this could be the moment where the lines are going to form. Let's watch. No, it's an about face. An about turn very quickly, and another about turn. Are they going to form the line? It looks like they're going to try and form the line, but no. It's a line fake out there, and another about turn by both regiments. And another about turn. Oh my goodness, and they're trying to fake these guys out as best they can. And there we go, it looks like they're forming up the line. But no. There we go, they form the line at the other far end now. As a few members, Melton and LSR, get taken down from the 15th. And now they're moving up a little bit closer, as they manage to get a few shots off. There we go. Looks like, here we go, it's going to be up close and personal coming in now. As Friedrich Kemp gets shot right at the back. And here is where the firing going on. Look at this. Oh, brutal firing coming in from the 15th and the Nr12. And there we go. They've broken for the melee. Let's have a look at the difference. 19 and 24. So United Kingdom, the Nr12 have the advantage right now with respect to numbers. As we're looking at Colonel Falk over here trying to... Sorry, not Colonel Falk. That would be Wilhelm trying to defend himself from the dastardly Frenchmen who are attacking him. And poor old Ensign Peter is down, or Pieter is down, and more murdering is occurring with those bayonets as poor old commanding officer gets killed by Benedict Wolf. Whoops-a-daisy. Always happens in this game. always going to have these kind of problems. Ah, here is recruit Timlef. It's best to try and stay out of trouble. But get involved with that. Fire and bayonet involvement. Look at that. Fantastic stuff coming in there from Timlef. Who's the last man standing over here? It's not going well for these two men. Eric Hartmann from the Nr12. Oh, look at that. Turning stabs and murdered horribly. And there we have it. 3-3. And we move on to the next round. So, all tied up so far, 3-3. This is best of 10 as far as I'm aware, so this could be very interesting to see. All they need is maybe 2 rounds, a couple of lucky moments, and the regiments could take it. Okay. Oh, goodness me, look at this. Oh, look at that. The 15th had advantage of height, looking down onto the Nr12, and you can see these guys, but they're doing well. They're acquitting themselves very well with accurate fire from the rifle muskets. As these guys, you can see, got to be closing up those gaps as quickly as they possibly can. And you can see the fire continuing as the admin obviously focusing on the fact that they've got to keep those gaps together as the guys go down very quickly indeed, thanks to that fire coming in from the muskets. And you can see them. They've got to be paying attention to what they're doing. They've got to close up those gaps. They've got to ensure that they're still reloading. Oh dear, multiple members of the 15th team taking down the Nr12 as the fire continues with 12 and 12. Correction, now 12 and 11. So it's all very, very close as this fire is continuing between both of the teams. This is really intense stuff going on between both of these teams. This is stand-up fighting, very, very close. You don't tend to see a lot of this in the larger line battles. And this is not looking good for the Nr12. They're down to low numbers, 8 versus 5. But they're still continuing to stay put and fire. As you can see, the Nr12 still being hit by those bullets. Getting that line together. More fire coming in. Yes, there we go. Recruit Ledger gets taken down. Down goes Rommel. And this could be the last hope of the Nr12. 2 remaining. Can they get the reloads in time? But down goes Wolf and down. Finally goes Wilhelm. No melee in that round, a full fight. And so, we move on to the next round after that. Very short, but very violent round. Lots of gunfire in that one. Well, lots of gunfire in all of them, to be honest, let's be fair. And we're looking at Colonel Falk making his way, leading his men. Lance Corporal Acid, Lance Corporal Wally, there's Ismar, there's Frittentime, there's Headhunter. Oh look, there we go, quick about face. And they've started moving around. Who's this? Recruit Timlef looking to try and get in on the line. There we go. Slots Timlef back in. As now you can see the line. Getting ready to shoot at the enemy. And there we go. There's David Huck taken down. And also Friedrich Kemp as well. This could be unfortunate. Let's see, as you've got some of these line up the top here. Not behind a lot of cover. They're having to reposition to try and deal with the enemy. As the Nr12 is now engaging them with pretty... Oh, goodness me. Look at that fire coming in from the Nr12. Fantastic fire. And now this could be a problem for the 15th. They could be down quite significantly. They're down by about 7 men in the difference, but it's not looking good for them at the moment. As you can see, multiple members being shot. As there's Schizophrenic GL and Recruit Hook from the 15th and Captain Eddie also being taken out as well. So it's all pretty open at the moment. Let's see, 21 and 15. So I think it's fair to say that the lobster backs over here do have the advantage. The Nr12 have the advantage in numbers. But as you can see here, got to keep their lines a little bit tidier. You can see here, just closing up a little bit. You've got a bit of a gap there. So, the Nr12 continuing. And how many do we have left? 7 and 16. So, right now, the Nr12 have the advantage over the 15th. And now the 15th break and charge for melee. Trying to dodge those bullets, but not dodging enough. Who's this moving out on the side? It's Timlef. And he turns. Look, he's going after Commanding Officer Falk. Oh, but murdered horribly. And now, the score is 4-4. And bear in mind, guys, whoever wins next round may win the match. We'll have to see. Now, granted, they will win. If they win the next round, it'll be 5-4. But there will still be another round to play. So they will have to get 2 rounds to guarantee success. So, as you can see here, Wilhelm looking resplendent in his braid, and there's the about turn. And Friedrich Kemp following in behind Friedrich Pfeffer, Oberleutnant. Look at these guys getting set up. And there we go, there's an about turn from their opposing numbers. The 15th. This is where it's all going to kick off, down here. But then there's a quick about face, very quick indeed. And it looks like they're trying to break and trying to reform the line. But it might be that the 15th have the drop on them. We'll have to wait and see. What are the 15th going to do? Where are they going to form that line? All very close. Look at that, circling around each other. And an about face again. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The line's being formed as an about face is then done by the members of the Nr12. And they have to reform their line. So the 15th will now have to reform their line for fear of being out of position. Well, precisely. And this is where the start of it is going to be. There we go, the 15th lining up and trying to take out, oh, poor Timlef. Oh, dear. Timlef is not happy. Poor Timlef. Oh, dear. He's pissed. Oh, poor Tim. Never mind. The only person killed in that thing, on that slight contretemps there, was poor Timlef. Never mind. Poor Timmy. So, as now you can see the fire beginning. As look at this, oh my goodness, look how close these guys are to each other. And the casualties and the kill feed. Holy crap. And they're going in for a stab. Oh, and he goes straight in for the commanding officer. As Colonel Falk gets taken down by Wilhelm Alp. Oh, fantastic stuff. Poor man. Very sneaky Wilhelm. Very sneaky indeed. Oh dear. And now you can see 20 and 23. It's all very equal right now as the melee continues between the French and the lobsterbacks. The British Army trying to keep their numbers together, trying not to get isolated away from their friends. That's obviously going to cause them a problem. Whoopsie-daisy, and the odd team kill. Look at this over here. Albert Freiberg trying not to team kill people, but also trying to defend himself and his friends. Let's have a look at that, 14 and 11. So United Kingdom, the Nr12 on the back foot right now. Look at this. This is tense stuff going on here. Zitrick goes down. Ouch. Fine stabbing going on there from Freeberg. And Rittberg as well getting involved. Look at this. 6 Brits, 12 French. Are indeed. Is he going to turn and stab at any moment? Oh, so close for Albert. So close. And there we go. He goes for the kick. Oh, poor Albert. Tried to turn round, go for the kick, and gets horribly murdered. And so it is 5-4 to the 15th. So, this is very important now. Oh, look at that. Oh, fire coming in on the Nr12. And there we go. Now you can see here the Nr12 in trouble. Fire coming in now as a result. These guys get set up for their line. And this could be very important. If the 15th take this, then they will take the match. And it's looking relatively okay for them at the moment. But the fire being returned by the Nr12 seems to be not as accurate as the fire being sent out by the 15th at the moment. They seem to be getting better shots, or at least more kills in that regard. So the Nr12 have suffered quite badly as a result of numbers. So you see 34, 22 and 28. So the numbers are still pretty equal, but you know, six rifle muskets extra can make all the difference, getting all those important kills. So you're going to see these guys try and sort themselves out, and now start to move out as Colonel Falk leads them forward as the Nr12 is now getting set up for the all-important volley. No, they've decided to move away. Maybe get a little bit closer than these two little hills, or the section of hills between the two teams. You can see them getting set up, trying to organise themselves, trying to get themselves into the good position to get that advantageous kills. Oh, there we go. There's an about face by the French army. And here we go. It looks like they've done it. No, but they haven't been able to make that line stick, unfortunately. So they're deciding to move over here. And there we go. The about face again is given as we're watching the Nr12 following in behind the 15th. And here we go. It looks like the line's being formed. There we go. The line being formed over here on the left-hand side by the members of the Nr12 and the 15. And look at this. Men duking all over the place. McFrost there trying to keep out of the way of those bullets. And there we go. The melee call is given. And now the Brits are going backwards. This is going to be a problem for them. 18 versus 13. So it's not outside of the realms of possibility. We've seen clutch plays before. And now the melee is occurring. You can see there, poor old Kobzik, UA. And McFrost, unfortunately, murdered as well. Schmidt going down from the Nr12. And let's see the numbers, 15 and 9. Not looking good for our poor friends from the Nr12. But there's Erich Hartmann. Look at these guys. They're all being corralled into a certain area by the members of the French army. And this is brutal stuff occurring. And let's see commanding officer over there as well getting involved. Colonel Falk in there with a little bit of stabby goodness going up against an enemy. Look at that, a fine block there by Colonel Falk. Trying to do a quick turn and a stab. Unfortunately unsuccessful. His enemy, look at that. A block there by Colonel. And another block. Oh, another stab. And he goes in for the final stab. And the final man is killed. And Soap, unfortunately, was not as slippery as he would like to have seen. Would like to have been. So, Mussolini, Carl Newman It's the last man. And there we have it, 6-4 to the 15th. And GG to both the teams for a very, very bloody fight tonight. Really, really bloody, but really well played. Really enjoyable to watch, very close. And everybody has drunk the Napoleonic Kool-Aid. So, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And we'll see you again for more Napoleonic Wars. Take care, everyone.